Good morning. It is Thursday, April 8th, and here are your top headlines from yesterday to go into your workday today. Obviously, a lot of people are talking about this, but Tuesday, a actor was arrested by the Department of Justice for a giant multi-million-dollar Ponzi scheme. His name is Zachary Horwitz. He is being accused of two different problems. The first one is raising $227 million in false licensing fees. He would talk to financiers and say, hey, you get to distribute Netflix and HBO movies that he never actually had any ownership with or any conversation with these major studios. The other accusation is he raised $690 million from 2014 to 2015 in capital that just went to him essentially. So he probably did put into some movies and all this crap, but he is essentially looking up to 20 years in prison if he gets accused. I know people who actually know this guy. He is definitely a swindler, but this is a good reason that if you are a financier, do your research. Check out with who these people are. If they're saying they work for Netflix, talk to Netflix. Don't just trust a single investor. So interesting to see. Not good for him. I do hope he is found guilty because this is now a potential thing to scare away future financiers to trust its resources, especially in the independent film market, which is struggling right now. He's an asshole. What can I say? The famous character Madea is going to be getting a prequel. It is going to be a 1 hour long drama series for Showtime called Mabel. It is going to follow Mabel pre-Madea as a badass ball-busting black woman in 1970s Atlanta. This is coming from Tyler Perry and Tim Palin, and writing it is Janika and Shashika James, who've done Empire, doing the Gossip Girl reboot. This is a cool story because instead of putting it on BET Plus, which Tyler Perry is a part owner in his deal with Viacom CBS, I think it's a cool move to move this to Showtime. Obviously, Madea has a big fan base, but I think putting it on Showtime may be a smart move to try to attract newer fans to the story in a very different angle. So curious to see how it comes out. It is Tyler Perry, it is Madea, so I'm curious how it will roll out together. I have to give credit to Discovery Plus. They are doing very smart executive moves. We talked about it last week, but now this week, they have officially brought on Toby Faulkner, who was the Facebook's unscripted chief, and bringing him in as EVP of content for Discovery Plus. It's only been out for 3 months, but already they're gearing up to really try to make a stance and compete. Obviously, they're not going to compete with the Netflixes and the Disney Plus, but to beat out the BET Pluses, the A&E Plus, and all those, it's very smart. So I think Discovery is doing great moves, and I think Toby is just going to help facilitate the success of this company. I think this is a weird one, but who knows? But Legendary is officially developing a feature adaptation of the History Channel, I would say hit series, Ancient Aliens. They have brought on Josh Heald, who is the showrunner of the hit TV show Cobra Kai, to direct. It is being written by Luke Ryan, who will also executive produce, but Josh is going to produce it with his partners John Horwitz and Hayden Schlossberg through their Counterbalance Entertainment banner. Ancient Aliens is literally just about going, hey, what if civilizations did not do this, but aliens built the pyramids, Stonehenge, and these other odd findings? I think people also go, it has some slight racist annotations because they're going, so what, Egyptians couldn't build the pyramids. So creating this into a film, obviously it's from the Cobra Kai dude, so it's going to be a comedy. I'm just curious how they're going to handle it and make it much more, I would say, funny, national treasure than a serious Indiana Jones. We'll see, but I guess IP is IP, and Ancient Aliens has 36 million plus viewers, so why not? Since 1913, Italy has been allowed to censor film projects. And it could have been for moral reasons, a degradation to the Italian culture, religious reasons. But now officially they have gotten rid of that ruling, and moving forward, any film can be shown in Italy without censorship. That said, obviously they have their rating system, and Italy is still going to make sure it's appropriate content, but they can no longer ban films from being shown. That's almost essentially what we do here. It's up to the distributor to say, yeah, we want to show it or not. So I think that's a cool move for Italy. And obviously, since 1913, it's insane that it's actually lasting that long. I hope maybe China will look at this. Obviously they won't, but I think that's the biggest headache for Hollywood is the level of censorship in China primarily, but other Asian countries at the same time. So hopefully maybe Italy is going to set up a wink, wink, let's start changing things and stop censoring so much. I know I'm congratulating a lot of companies today, but A24 is doing a fantastic job. They have just announced that they are doing a TV adaptation of the critically acclaimed book, The Sympathizer. And not just that, they have Park Chan-Wook come on to develop and make this happen. Obviously, Park is very much known for Old Boy and The Handmaidens, but this book has a lot of credit to it. It is essentially about a half French, half Vietnamese captain who, during Vietnam War, was working for the Viet Cong, and then he essentially gets sent to Los Angeles and is deciding how to balance his life from being a supporter of the community in Vietnam and starting a new life in America. So it's going to be a very fun, interesting character piece that Park Chan-Wook does spectacularly. So A24 is doing a great job. They're properly building up their TV business. Their film business is obviously successful, but great to see them transition to the small screen at the same time. Jon Stewart is officially coming back to TV. He obviously has his deal with Apple Plus, and this is the first project coming out of that deal. It is going to be called The Problem with Jon Stewart. It is going to be a news-related political show / about Jon, about a singular topic every season. And the unique part of this deal is it is not going to be a every week episode, a binge episodes. It's going to be whenever Jon wants to shoot something, they'll distribute it. So there's not going to be any set schedule, which I'm assuming is probably why he is willing to come back to do this. So it's not such a tight time frame, but it's allowing him to go, I'll make it when I want to make it within a reasonable means, and we'll get it out there. But Jon also hasn't not been on TV for that long. He's been directing a lot of projects. So interested to see of how this comes out and how this distribution will work. In attachment news, Ravi Patel, Almarie Nolasco, and John Percello have come on board to the Lionsgate movie The Valet. This is the English adaptation of the French comedy of the same name, obviously in French. If you have not seen the original, please see it before this movie comes out. I'm not knocking how this movie's going to be. I actually thought the script was pretty cute, but the original is what got me into French comedy. It's brilliant. The timing is so funny, and it's just a really nice story that I think a lot of American comedies don't always hit. So check it out, but still kudos to these actors coming on board. Amanda Stenberg and Maria Bakalova have come on board to the A24 slasher film Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. This is being helmed by Helena Rain, who's actually an actress turned director, which is fantastic. This is going to be A24, and supposedly Pete Davidson and Mahala Harold are also in talks to join this cast. Nick Offerman is joining the already star-studded cast of Pam and Tommy. He is joining Lily James and Sebastian Stan, who are playing the title characters, and Seth Rogen is also on board. So cool to see Nick Offerman, who's definitely one of the best actors out there, coming on board to this project and adding his own comedy flair to it. In some fun, unique news, Joel Hodgson, who is the creator of Mystery Science Theater 3000, is starting a new Kickstarter campaign to bring the show back. And it's not just for episodes, it's also to launch a virtual theater that they are calling the Gizmoplex for fans to be a part in a new way to view this project. I love Mystery Science Theater. I didn't think the reboot of it was as good as the original, so I'm curious how the fans will take to it. But, good luck to Joel, and why not do a Kickstarter for it? All right, those are our top headlines from yesterday to know going into your workday today. I'm Jason Ellis. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you bright and early tomorrow, which is Friday. So I'll see you then. Have a great day, guys.